everybody, I'm Joey, and this is my LEGO store mock. This is not just the average LEGO store, this is actually based on the LEGO Pop-Up Workshop. Some of them you might be familiar with. I know that there's one in Connecticut, and this one is based on the New Jersey location. This was, for those who are aware, this was an experiment from LEGO to pop up a couple stores throughout the United States in the end of 2018 during the holidays. So they change up the design of most of the stores, so instead of by theme, they would do it either by price range or by age group. And the one that I worked at was by age group, also done in a color coding setting. So the green area would be done as 1 and up for a lot of the Duplo or a lot of younger build sets. There was a dark blue section that was done for the bestsellers or holiday kind of items. Some of them done as like stocking stuffers, that kind of like easy thing to find. Red area was done for 5 and up, which is more like the juniors line and more intermediate builds. Blue would be for 7 and up, and then orange was for 10 and up. For our store, it was split into 2 areas with a lot of the creator expert sets, the UCS Millennium Falcon, a lot of larger Technic things. We also did have an area in the store that was a build area, so several tables with bins of parts, mostly from the classic series of sets that people could come in, build stuff there. Very good for kids while parents are shopping around. In my downtime, I actually built some things there and occasionally would decorate for the store right by the registers, maybe like something for the season, like a pumpkin for Halloween, for example. We also did have a Master Builder model of Captain Rex in here, and the semi-minifigure scale of the store, I replicated him as a minifigure, because I felt that was the closest thing to life scale with other minifigures in here. A lot of the other shelves are just done with simple tiles to illustrate different varieties of sets and different sizes, and there are also a couple store displays, usually one for each of those color-coded sessions. I will say there are some inaccuracies as the scaling of the shelves, but I'm just fairly getting it enough that the height works well, even though there were a couple more shelves in between. A lot of the sections also had these large cardboard boxes, which are attached mostly to the walls here, to also illustrate like where everyone is in what section. So it made it easier for parents to shop for someone for the holidays if they were looking at a certain age group. Even though each of those groups would have a variety of themes. For the registers, there's only 2 registers towards the front where I have myself and a random employee as a minifigure making the sales. Mine illustrated here as a sig fig. And there are also a couple of racks here and there for impulse buys, base plates, keychains, things like that, which honestly was my favorite building technique that I learned when doing this project. It was to attach a couple of Technic bricks side by side, and in between them would be a half pin so that it would be able to hold the width of most of a bar piece, usually 3 or 4 length, and still have room on there to clip on a couple of small elements to illustrate sets or keychains, hanging from the racks. I would actually do more improvements on this, including building some of the stock room that was in the back, and even like the employee bathroom and everything like that, because I think that'd be a good experience for people who didn't get to see the store, and since it's no longer there, it would still be good to document that. I like the experience of being there because I was working there as a brick specialist, and it was also great for, even after a couple months after it closed, it was great coming back to this and all the photos and notes that I took from the store existing. Just reliving some of those memories of different customers and good service in there. The front area has a couple of small displays. We started out having a countdown, and most of the stores it was like a countdown of how long the store was going to be there, and kind of in a joking way where it was done as how many days to shop, and the word shop was crossed out and it would say play. From a month or so in, some people were very confused about what that actually meant, whether it's about the store itself or about certain sales, and it was taken down at some point, but I still wanted to replicate that here. We did also have a display area towards the front for anyone passing by in the mall, and it had, for our store, either Voltron or Hogwarts Express, different times. We also did have a couple of flags also going along with the color theme. And also, out of irony, one of my favorite parts of the store is this small section with, it looks like replicated here is a couple of red 1x2 tiles. Those were a couple of shopping bags on a rack, intending that when people come to the store, they could pick up one of those and be able to carry around a lot of sets easily. Nobody knew what those were for. None of the customers really understood that, and it was often ignored. So to me, it was just a fun thing just to get that extra detail in there, even though it was often overlooked. So I'm happy with how this came out so far, even making a few adjustments here and there for the minifigure scale. And it was great to come back to this after my experience working there. And I'd be happy to share more about the experience if anyone has questions.
Awesome.